like the Shiva. Baby, tell me what you feel like. I feel like fucking every night. And even kill I in the cheat night. Baby, tell me what you feel like. Yeah, blood clots, keep I did it again. Jump out, I'm smelling like a millionaire. Yeah, designer boots, I'm switching the pairs. Bad bitch, I suck it too for Brazilianaire. Say she love the kind of girl I not care. And plus I'm gonna give a fight the amount of thing in my ear. So when it be my boss, pussy I steer. But if a nigga feel bad, they better tell him be here. Tell me what you feel like. Tell me what you feel like. I need a cookie to eat like. Yeah, I need a killer in a cheat that. Tell me what you feel like.
I ain't gonna lie. And the next episode gonna be 28.
If you're still looking at the Boruto and Kashin Koji relationship as being a mentor and student relationship
long,
like
Andrew.
Naruto and Jiraiya, then you've already missed the moment that the relationship died. In fact, you've missed the entire point of their relationship, because what's happening right now in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, this isn't a disagreement. Instead, this is a cold war. A war that is fought with glances instead of punches and ninjutsu, with a cut of communications instead of jutsu being fired off, with futures being weighed against the lives of people. And the scariest part, when you look at Boruto and Kashin Koji, both of them believe that they are on the right side of history. Neither of them view themselves as being the villain.
You wanna know what I think's gonna happen in the next Boruto chapter? Since that nigga Kashi Koji cut communications with Konohamaru, Boruto's gonna go to Konohamaru and see Shikamaru and see what's going on. He's gonna see the Hokage, whatever the nigga is on the roof, and he's gonna save him. And then I don't know if that's gonna change his mind or not about Boruto, but I don't know.
That's a good hypothesis for sure.
Because you really got to think about it. After they captured Boruto, he used the Flying Raijin to get out of it and fly away. Where else do you think he's going to fly to? Communications cut with Shikamaru, so he's flying straight over there to see what happened.
Facts.
So to be honest, I really do think that's what's going to happen in the next episode.
Or Boruto might peep what's going on, and he might just save that nigga's life.
I know he's going to save him, because Boruto believes in going in the shinobi way. He's not with all the killing actual people. He's into killing god level threats for sure.
Listen, nigga, that nigga, fuck all that. Some people need to die.
That is true. He do need to die. Off of the shit he said to Boruto, I feel like he should die. I really do feel like that. Cause nigga, I get it. Y'all are all under omnipotence and all this shit, bro. But yo, y'all gotta stop disrespecting this nigga like he's some low-level shinobi right now. Like, no funny shit. He could end this village's whole career if he really wanted to. Dead ass.
So can Kawaki, though.
I mean, not like Boruto. Boruto is stronger than Kawaki right now. Boruto will fuck Kawaki up in a heartbeat.
What you got for me, nigga?
Join me in
nigga.
today's
I
newest
might join
Naruto
the
Explained
activity
video
with
where your
awkwardness with
OBC,
you.
your
I just
original
don't know
Boruto
yet.
chief,
I'm
is
a
going to be
little
breaking down why Boruto is going to be destined to confront Kashi and Koji, why it will be explosive, why that clash will be inevitable, and how it is being deliberately framed as a message on idealism versus consequentialism and pragmatism. How it's a philosophical battle that isn't just about Boruto and Kashi and Koji, but the future of the shinobi world in of itself, and most importantly, how both of these two men, one older and one being a younger man, both of them have good intentions, but both of them see the path towards making those good intentions come true as needing to walk down two very separate paths. Make no mistake, this is not just Boruto versus Kashi and Koji, but it is a prelude, an ideological prelude towards Boruto versus Kawaki. Also, the chapter review should be up on the channel by the time you guys are seeing this, which will be linked in the description box and in credits for those of you guys who have not seen it just yet. Also, don't forget to check out my new video on Anime Explained, where I break down all 14 domain expansions in Jujutsu Kaisen. Very proud of that video, which, depending on where the anime is in season 3, you're really going to need one of the domain expansions explained due to how super complicated it is. So in order to fully appreciate what we had take place in chapter 30 of Two Blue Vortex, we have to go back to the original fracture that started everything. The first real crack in Boruto and Kashi and Koji's relationship happens during that time skip flashback. Not because of betrayal, not because of deception, but because Boruto was shown flat out refusing to compromise something that Kashi and Koji already has, which is his belief that lives are expendable. Kashi and Koji was perfectly fine with killing people if need be. Boruto, however, when you look what he says in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex chapter 13, he says, quote, "I can never agree with an option of killing Kawaki. My goal is to get the Uzumaki family back together once more," end quote. Notice what you see here. Kashin Koji does not argue with Boruto. He does not lecture. He just glares at him because at that moment in time, he needed Boruto. And that glare, it tells us everything we need to know. Because in the futures that Kashin Koji has likely seen, the ones that get filtered through his 10 directions, there's almost certainly a timeline that Kashin Koji saw where Kawaki needed to die. And when you look at Boruto and the way that Kashin Koji reacted to his words, you better believe that Boruto's not going to be one that does it. Look at what we have here. Boruto flat out tells him, when that moment in time comes, if he has to choose between killing Kawaki and saving the timeline, he'll just find another way. He won't do it. That's not being naive. That's more so defiance. This is more so, again, a case study on nature versus nurture. Longtime viewers of the channel have heard me frame Kashin Koji and Boruto in that way as far back as chapter 13's chapter review. But when you look at Kashin Koji, the way that he recognized that immediately is big. And that also sets up another sub-theme of their relationship that we're seeing continuously being built on, which is the concept of consequences without consent. Kashin Koji low-key's acting like a billionaire, does not understand the word no. By chapter 26, the tension, it stops being subtle. Boruto is still shaken over Yodo's death, almost arguably feeling betrayed that she had to die and that Koji kept that a secret. Notice what he says. He finally asks the question that has clearly been eating him alive. How many other people were supposed to die? He briefly broached on this earlier when he went out there to save Konohamaru. It can be implied that Konohamaru should have died against Matsuri. And when you look at Boruto, when he asked that question to Kashin Koji, how many others are supposed to die? That wasn't an accusation. Even though it was a question, and even though it was framed like an accusation, when you look at Boruto from a character perspective, I would more so argue that was more so grief than anything else. Grief and anger. It's Boruto desperately trying to understand how much blood is already on the road that Kashin Koji is walking. How much more blood is Kashin Koji willing to spill? How much more blood would he have spilled if Boruto had not stepped in? That's what makes Kashin Koji's response so absolutely brilliant when you think about it. He calls Boruto a childish brat. That moment, it is crucial, it is critical, because Koji isn't wrong from a utilitarian perspective. You could even argue that he's right, but he's also exposing something far more dangerous when you look at it from his perspective, which is the fact that he has already accepted the cost. Boruto, on the other hand, has not. And that difference is exactly why these two, they cannot walk the same path forever. In fact, they're already beginning to diverge. That's the true brilliance of their relationship. And so that brings me to chapter 30, where that line may have finally been crossed. If there was ever any doubt that Boruto and Kashin Koji were headed towards a confrontation, chapter 30 of Two Blue Vortex completely erases it. Notice that Kashin Koji ordered Inoji to kill Kobu. Not a shinobi, not a warrior. Kobu is an innocent civilian. He is definitely a threat towards their goals. But Kobu, he didn't do anything evil. He's not a Shinju. He's not even a shinobi, at least with Yodo. Yodo, every time she put on that ninja headband, every time she picked up a kunai, she knew that could be her last time doing it. Kobu was just doing his job. And that's what makes this so dark. Why did he have to die? Because Kobu threatens Shikamaru's position as Hokage. And Shikamaru must remain Hokage, not because it's his right, not because he's the best man for it, but because based on everything that Kashin Koji said and based on how Kashin Koji is acting, he needs the board position a certain way in order to ensure Jura's defeat. That is a consequentialist mindset at its purest. That is a true consequentialism perspective being shown. A single life weighed against a future outcome. And when Boruto could have objected, when Inojin and Shikamaru are basically going like, hey man, like what's your plan? Notice that Koji cuts the communication. He says, I have a plan, and doesn't go any further, tells Inojin cut the communication. There's no debate, there's no explanation, just silence. And the reason why is pretty simple. It wasn't just to give Shikamaru plausible deniability, but it was also because Kashin Koji understands Boruto is not ready to hear the truth, that in his world and the real world in general, morality when it comes to certain things is a luxury. But with good people, which Boruto's positioned to be a good person, with good people, you always want to believe that they will choose the right option, even if it is the more painful option. But one thing you do learn as you go through life is that sometimes sacrifices are required. And that's the beauty of shonen. Shonen teach us that we should always be looking for that better outcome. And that brings me to the biggest point here, which is this is a positioning of the themes of idealism versus consequentialism. Boruto and Kashin Koji, they're not just arguing over tactics. They're arguing over what life is worth. Boruto is an idealist. He truly is Naruto's child. He believes that the world can be better, even if he doesn't know how. He believes that people are not chess pieces. He believes that the answer to suffering isn't more calculated suffering. Kashin Koji, on the other hand, he is a consequentialist, and he also has aspects of Jiraiya that I think sometimes people forget. Jiraiya was jaded to a degree, but Naruto was able to change part of that. If you go back to Naruto Volume 27, notice what Jiraiya says to Naruto. He tells him, give up on Sasuke, he's too far gone. If you will not give up chasing Sasuke, I will have the Anbu Black Ops assigned to you. You will never leave this village again. You need to focus on yourself and surviving this Akatsuki threat. People like Sasuke, that's the shinobi system. They fall through the cracks. You can't save everybody. He was projecting his own failures with Orochimaru. Naruto was able to break through. But with Kashin Koji never got to feel the bonds that someone like Jiraiya had. That is how Naruto was able to break through, because Naruto's words reminded Jiraiya of a younger version of Jiraiya who had not been jaded by the ninja world yet. When you look at Kashin Koji, he's lived through a lot. Kashin Koji has seen loss, he's seen failure. He's been betrayed by his creator in Amato. He has stared death in the face in the form of Ishiki. He has seen thousands, potentially millions of timelines collapse via 10 directions. Mentally, he has been completely scarred. That is why he doesn't ask, is this right? Instead, he asks, does this work? Imagine having seen the world potentially be destroyed 1,000 times over, and you are the only one who retains knowledge of the fact that that thing happened. None of those other people in those other timelines ever came to be because different decisions were made, but you remember that timeline where Ishiki killed Naruto. You remember that timeline where Code was able to harvest a chakra fruit. You remember that timeline where Ishiki was resurrected. You remember that timeline where Jura was the one that won. Seeing those scenarios play over and over in your head thousands of times, that would change anybody. And when you take that in consideration, that strips away the argument that Kashin Koji's worldview came out of nowhere. It didn't. Kashin Koji was shaped by all those realities, those worst realities of the shinobi world. The kind that Boruto is a character, much like how Naruto at one point, he had to get to a point in his life where he began to understand the darker side of the shinobi world. They've been through a lot, but they still had to undergo certain experiences before they could see the other side. I'm not saying that makes Kashin Koji correct. I am saying his perspective, based on all that other circumstantial information, you see where it comes from, and that's what makes him so dangerous. And to take it a step further, Boruto's character is being positioned to continue the shonen tradition itself. So typically in shonen, especially battle shonen, the protagonists, they have typically served a very specific narrative purpose. There are some outliers, but for the most part, they show us, and they're meant to be written to show us how the world should be, not how it is. Boruto doesn't yet have the solution. Neither did Naruto. That is the whole reason why people read fiction, not to be reminded of what's going on in everyday life, the cruelties of everyday life, but in order to escape. Just like with Naruto Uzumaki, Boruto represents something that is very powerful: faith, endurance, refusal. Naruto did not end the cycle of hatred because he had the perfect plan. If Naruto had to sit there and come up with the plan start to finish, there would be a lot of broken crayons and potentially a lot of pop-up books, building blocks, and we would all be screwed. Naruto was able to end that cycle of hatred. If you just strip it all down, he did it because he refused to accept the world as it was handed to him. It was supposed to be his destiny to fight Sasuke to the death. Naruto basically said, fuck all that shit. Boruto is walking that same road, only this time, the adults per se, they aren't necessarily dismissing him. Naruto ran into pushback multiple times from multiple different characters. Boruto's gotten it to a degree. People like Shikamaru have said, if I was in your shoes, I would want to kill Kawaki. But whereas Naruto had someone like Kakashi, whereas Naruto had someone like Jiraiya, someone like Tsunade, who was willing to roll the dice on him and have faith that, hey, well, he can fix this Sasuke problem. Even when Kakashi briefly lost his way and attempted to kill Sasuke, at the end of the day, Kakashi fell back in line. Kashin Koji is actively trying to override Boruto, and that's what makes the Boruto and Naruto experience so different.
You're on
that's
a
what
villain arc?
makes it very well written in terms of the payoff that's being set up. Now, the other thing here is the Inojin situation is the question that is being asked, and it's been made into a flesh.
Never mind. You got that rocket too. I just think you got.
So what I mean by that is that this ideological battle, it doesn't just exist between Boruto and Kashin Koji. That's just one battlefront. It's truly Boruto's generation when you think about it. We're seeing it tested through characters, especially someone like Inojin. Inojin is given a choice. The narrator spoon feeds it for us in the chapter. I'm paraphrasing what the narrator says, but he's basically being given the choice of, do you follow logic or do you follow compassion? And crucially, when you look at how Inojin acted, he did not move immediately to kill Kobu. Inojin was in disbelief. That matters, because it mirrors Boruto's refusal to kill Kawaki. Both of them are saying the same thing. I understand the logic, but I cannot accept this conclusion. Nature versus nurture. That's not weakness, that's moral resistance. And this story is very intentionally asking us a very important question, a question that gets asked in real life. A question, if you pay a lot of attention to the stories that you consume, whether they be video games, movies, books, or etc., at some point this question gets asked: can morality survive in a rule in a world that is ruled by necessity, in a world that is tainted in cruelty. And this really brings me to a series that Ikimoto likes to refer to as being drawn by his eternal sensei, Dragon Ball. There are times where people look and say, how come Boruto can't take the Eren Yeager approach? People will say that Boruto, his refusal to kill
I ain't gonna lie,
Kawaki is
Boruto could
unrealistic.
take the Eren Yeager
And
approach.
if
No
this was
cap.
real life, Kawaki probably would be
That
executed,
nigga's
though.
not gonna do that.
Then
He don't
again,
got
so
the
with
heart to do that
Sasuke.
shit. You a
Even with
bitch.
Sasuke having saved the ninja
He
world,
really, he
etc.,
don't. You're right.
he would have been executed
But
or
he
given
could
life
though.
in prison.
That is
Kawaki's
true.
done
He
less
won't.
than
And Kawaki will stop
Sasuke,
him.
but that's a whole nother video in
Just
of
to prove
itself.
every,
But
just to
I
prove the point
say
that he's
this
the good
right
nigga.
here:
It's like, this not
Ikimoto
gonna work,
is
nigga.
taking a different
He
approach than
could.
what you saw with
If I
Dragon
already
Ball.
do it.
So when you look at Goku, when he's 12 years old, he's killing the Red Ribbon Army soldiers, and when he's 15 years old, he's able to kill King Piccolo without any hesitation. That context really matters, though. Those enemies were mass murderers. They were enslavers. They were world dominators. They were inherently evil, and yet, if you understand the lore, in both those cases, with Dr. Gero, with
He's saying, "What up,
King
bro?" Like, nigga, I
Piccolo,
will kill you. I'm
when
saying,
you look
"What
at
up,
what transpires
Nigga,
when
what
you
I
get
want
to
to
the
know
Z
is
era of the story, much like how Boruto is a
if
series
Naruto and
is a
Hinata
series,
were
use
caught by the
love as an
omnipotence.
anchor
I really want
for
to
things
know.
like
Nah, I don't
redemption
think so.
and for
They're in a whole
character
nother
arcs,
dimension.
etc. Those plot
If they were to come
points
back right now, they'll be
get
the only
addressed
ones.
via love,
to
not
be
necessarily
alright, feel
through
me?
cold hard logic. We're seeing the same thing at play here. If you don't understand that, I can explain it in the comment section. I want to keep this one on track, but I will say for the 100th time, if you want to better understand what Ikimoto's done, I strongly recommend reading Dragon Ball. When you look
That
at
would
Kawaki,
change the story up completely.
Kawaki is nowhere near that. Kobu is nowhere near that. They are not evil. This is not war against monsters. This is not war against demons. It's war against people that they might have made the wrong choices. And in Kobu's choice, making the wrong choice because he doesn't have all the information.
I ain't gonna lie though. I seen something on TikTok that said Boruto did the females justice. Like all of the female covers actually did go hard. No cap. I'm not gonna lie.
But my bad, right? What you said? What about
I
females?
I said the creators of the covers for Boruto, someone posted on TikTok, they was like the covers for Boruto with the females go hard. And I'm like,
Of course, nigga. It's
he's
that
not
time.
wrong. They did go hard. Like they were all tough. Like the covers for Boruto have been tough.
Nigga, it's all about aura farming now. You not
Yo,
know that?
I'm seeing that now. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, and you gotta really look. You gotta really read your shit, pay attention. Like, think about it. Like, is this really a good anime or is it just a bunch of aura farming? You gotta really look at that shit.
I ain't gonna lie. It is a bunch of Boruto be ore farming like a motherfucker in this shit. He's been ore
Yeah, like
farming since he started in the chapter.
facts. You gotta think about it. Like, I'll be real with you. Boruto is really not the best character in that shit to me. You want? I think it's Kashin Kojin. If you really want to think about it, you don't know what Kashin Koji is gonna
I
do. You
thought you was
just know
gonna
he's
say Misuki.
not fuck. He's barely getting any type of play. Fuck him.
He barely does. You don't see that nigga's in interrogations the whole time. He's not
Yeah, like
doing nothing.
yeah, like I used to like him, like you know what I mean, but he ain't it right now. But like I said, Kashin Koji, like he's prepared to do whatever. You feel me?
That is true.
Like that's why I fuck with him.
And he doesn't have all the
But he's
information
not even
due to no
supposed to be
fault of his
doing
own.
that.
And that difference makes everything.
I think Boruto's gonna end up killing him. I'm being honest.
Who Kashin Kojin?
Yeah.
That or Kawaki finds out where he's at and he kills him.
Nah, I think it's
But I
gonna be
think he already,
Boruto.
but I think he already knows that.
That's what I'm saying. He knows Kashi Koji is the one helping him. He said it to Boruto. He's like, "Who's helping me? That Kashi Koji?" He said that.
Yeah, no one found his body.
Some arc.
There's that nigga looting. I hear him, dog. He needs to die. Looks like I got to plaza. Oh fuck.
I ain't gonna lie, stream. I'm sorry that I ain't been playing arc rate this lately. Boy just had to take a little break. Mad shit. There you go. I'm gonna come in with a free though.
Build your shit up, nigga. My fucking it's free, nigga. I found I killed the nigga for this volcano. I'm just tight. Pick that shit up. Throw that shit. It's all free, nigga. Grenades, shields. Niggas out there.
Peanut is online, isn't he? There's probably mad niggas PvPing right now.
This nigga came out of nowhere. Like, Ark really made him the best game streamer in the world. That's kind of funny. Shout out to Peanut. He funny as shit. I fuck with him. Still gonna kill him though.
Hey yo. Dying and spawn is crazy.
Have your eyes adjusted to the dark yet, Raider? Loot is ripe for the picking while most of Toledo is asleep. Though my suppliers say that Ark is twice
Let's head home at the southern station.
Sorry, bro. Just doing trials, yeah. Now I was just looting niggas. Oh, you had a Bettina? Shit, it's my Bettina now, nigga. Pick up the letter too.
Oh shit. I haven't played Ark in a minute, nigga. I'm drunk as fuck, nigga. The audio sounds crazy. Damn, bro. It's all good. You can have this free. You can have that free kit, gang. I ain't even pick up nothing.
I never seen so many seen like 5 roly polies. If I jump from here, would I die?
Ugh. Damn, that's why I'm in the same area, gang.
Head home at the southern station.
definitely on my fucking door. Fuck it. Save all that heavy ammo too, and then we fucking just use that shit. You know what? I was heavy ammo. I'm about to bring out that shit. Fuck it. Is this one bitch game or is that her? Oh, that was really cool. Going back in there if I died. Fuck. Not kidding.
Santa Maria housing.
Hmm. Yeah, why do they keep spawning me in these late ass raids, man? That's one thing I
Shit.
also hate.
Communication is out of fuel. There's cold dinners left, but check the other food stores.
Nobody over here. No one trying to fuck with Santa Maria.
I can't fuck with this game right now, bro. I'm too drunk for this shit.
Mm-mm.
Alright, straight. I ain't gonna fucking try and force myself to fucking thug this shit out. I mean, I ain't even play one with Andrew. I gotta play one with Andrew. I gotta see how it goes. You gotta do a duos.
We can. As soon as I get out of fucking Santa Maria, about to do. Oh shit. Oh, you fucking camping this fucking spawn, you pussy ass nigga. You really camped the fucking spawn. You're a bitch. That's one thing I just don't do. Nigga, if you're gonna revive me, revive me. I'm not gonna beg you. Fucking pussy. I died. You can invite me.
That sounded fun.
Nah, it was anticlimactic. It's not like I died like fighting. Bitch ass, he was camping the extraction. I'm like, yo, I don't do that. I just don't.
What if they put a peanut skin in here?
I'll kill any nigga using that shit on site. I don't give a fuck.
I get it.
Of course you would.
Peanut. Maybe this skin is the reason why I'm dying. Like, I don't really be dying when I use this skin.
Actually, I'll be real with you. Niggas who use that skin, it's on site. 9 times out of 10, like, I have to kill them. Niggas who wear that skin are dickheads.
Yeah, it's what Peanut wears.
Fuck. You like my new outfit, nigga?
It's alright.
Closing rails.
More radar
Talking.
appropriate.
Spend
That's
the
what I'm
time.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about. But I need you to get into my suit jacket. Fuck with that. I need you to fuck with that.
Yeah, no.